Hello and welcome to another wobbly camera guy video. In this video I am going to show you just how to blend two separate videos together to make one video. Like me, if you're just sort of starting on YouTube and you're trying to make some videos, perhaps using a camera or your mobile phone, and maybe you've taken 2 or 3 different videos and you want to put these together and you're thinking, crikey, how the hell do you put these things together? Well, there's quite an easy way to do that, and the way I'm going to show you to do this is to use this program called HitFilm-Express. Now, full disclosure, I don't know HitFilm-Express, I have no association with them. What I actually basically did was just Googled software that I could use to actually sort of put video sections together, and this seemed to be voted as one of the excellent ones to use. This is actually a free program, which, well, you can't get better than free, can you? Although they do ask you to do a small sort of donation, and to be honest, I have done that just because, well, I think if they put enough effort into doing these sort of programs, then we should give them some sort of reward. So what we've got, as I say, it's called HitFilm-Express, so this is the Express sort of version, and as you can see on here, on the left hand side, basically what you get in this, you get a starter, beautify, repair, where it's got the tick boxes. That's actually what you get in the free program. So although there's a lot of items to buy, we still have got the various bits and pieces that you need just to actually sort of get yourself sort of started. So how do we actually sort of create a continuous video from 2 sections? Well, first thing we need to do is hit new, and when you hit new, you'll see this little tile sort of section come up, says new project settings. Basically just accept everything there. You'll see a sample right there, it's got 48,000 hertz or 48 kilohertz. Just click OK. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. So clicking OK, this will then take you, hopefully, if my computer can actually sort of get to it. It's a bit slow, so sorry about that. Getting there a second, to the actual main control panel. Thank you. Here we go. So this looks a bit sort of complicated and a bit overwhelming to somebody who's never done this, and to be honest, up until a couple of weeks ago I hadn't even done any of this. So yeah, I'll take you through it, and it's not as bad as what you think it is. So what have we got? First of all, as I'm showing you there with the cursor, we've got a screen, and what that does, that actually sort of, for every video section you put down, it actually just gives you a view of that video. Bottom left hand corner, this is where we actually import the videos, and this is where you can add the various tools and effects and things to video. We won't be doing that today, but that's what you need to actually import. This area is the main area where we're actually going to put the videos together, and then this is where we're going to export it. So I'll take it a stage at a time. There's plenty of other sort of YouTubers on this channel who do a lot better job than myself at explaining all this, but I'm just doing it for the absolute beginner and just telling you what my experience is so far. So how do we actually get a video in? Well, what I did earlier today, I just went across the field, took 2 10 to 15 second sort of videos just as some trees, and I've put that onto my PC under a temporary folder. And what I've actually done with those 2 separate videos, I've actually called them video 1 and video 2. When you take sort of a video, the camera or the iPhone will give it an actual sort of file name, individual file name, but I find if you give it your own file names, you can control them that lot easier. So first of all, how do we get in? So we're going to the bottom left hand panel, and you'll see here when I actually sort of hover over it, it says import. So we're going to click import, and this now is taking you to a folder that I've called YouTube test, and on there you will see, let's just move this out of the way, I'm pressing right, I'm just recording my screen here. I made 2 videos and call them video 1 and video 2. So I'm going to select both of them. If I just use the shift, it will click both of them. We'll say open, and you'll see them there appearing in the bottom left hand corner, and there we go. So that's a still of the first video. So we've got video 1 and video 2. At the moment, these are 2 separate videos that are just stacked on one each other. They're just like a list basically. So how do we join them together? You see here this first video, or the second video, whichever you're on, if you click it, it turns blue. If you grab your mouse on the left key. If you then hold the left key, move it across, you'll see it then actually puts it into our main sort of control panel. It's come up and it says the editor sequence settings differ to the clip you're adding. Just click yes. It's no real problem at the moment. We're just doing real basics at this moment in time. We're not doing anything fancy or anything clever. We're just actually just putting two video clips together. So the second video clip is the same one. So click on it, hold the left mouse cursor or button I should say, drag it across, and there we are. That's our two clips. Now these look very short, so there's a little sort of slider bar here. If you just move it again with your cursor, or just holding the left button down on your mouse, you'll see there these are our two videos. Again, we've got a cursor just to move it across, so we've got video 2 and video 1. Now these are actually now joined together. If you want to put a space between them, you could move them apart, and that would actually give you a blank space. So if you played the video back, you'd have the first video, then you maybe have a second of just blank basically, and then the second video coming. But if you actually move them together, that's your two sort of videos. Now then, what we have to do now is to actually export these, and the way you do that is if you, well, sorry, I missed the stage out. First of all, what we have to do, we have to go into settings. Remember we talked about that 48 kilohertz setting? At the moment, the sample rate for my videos is 16 kilohertz. And if you're trying to do export the video, the two just are not compatible. So simply scroll down, click 48 kilohertz, click off that, and now we're ready to go. So we hit the export button. Where we're going to export it, we're going to export it to the same place. And what we're going to call it, we'll just call it, I will call it test vid complete. So hit save. And now you'll see there it's starting the actual sort of process of exporting this video into an MP format, which the MP format then is great for actually YouTube, because YouTube just loves that. Now as you can see, it's just starting to actually sort of process it. See the percentage there, and you can also see the progress as it's processing the actual sort of video itself. So it tells you all about it. It gives you the actual sort of time remaining, what the actual sort of frame rate is, the definition, etc. I mean, for nothing, this software is absolutely sort of fantastic. We're up to 26%. It can take a little while, just depends upon the length of your videos. I've done some longer videos that, to be honest, you go away, make a cup of coffee and you come back and then it's kind of sort of done. It's that sort of thing. So what we're getting there, bit by bit. If you're wondering to say what this is, I'm just using some software just to actually sort of capture the screen as I'm showing you. So sorry if that's in the way, I can't seem to move it. But like you, I'm learning as I'm going along. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm hoping it makes a little bit of sense for you. So as you can see there now, we're on the actual sort of second video. We're up to 61%, so getting there now. So just a little bit of patience with this. As I say, for free, this is brilliant. I know you can sort of pay an extra sort of cost for it, and all the features that were blocked off then sort of get released. I've only just scratched the surface with this. I mean, this is very, very powerful if you want to make some special video effects and all sorts. And with it, you can also do text on it as well, so you can actually make your videos much more interesting by having sort of text commentary as it's going along. But this serves its purpose. As I say, I'm just trying to demonstrate how simple it actually is to join two videos together to get you started on YouTube, basically. So we're up to 100%, and it's just about there. It should turn green, and it's turned green. Okay. This now, if I just do a right click, if you press reveal output, it tells you basically where it's put the thing. So there we go, that's our test video complete. If I now click on this, this should now play in Windows Media Player, and here we go. So this is a video I took this morning. Just some local trees by me. I'm just trying to illustrate. I've got two separate videos and how I've actually sort of joined them together. So this is the first video, and there's the second video. So it's actually put them together, as you can see there. Just short video clips just to demonstrate how to actually do this. And there we go. Spielberg came out. I don't think you've got any competition today. So we'll click out of that, click out of that. Now then, just to show you as well, there is a way of actually blending these two videos together. So rather than just being, you know, like just cutting from one to the other in like sort of a short, sharp cut, if they actually sort of faded in and out, that would be much more, you know, better presentable. So if you go into the bottom left hand sort of panel again, come across, you'll see one called Effects. Click Effects, bring your cursor down just using the wheel on your mouse, and hopefully you will find, if I can find it, we'll go Transitions, Video. If you're going to Dissolve, so you've got a thing called Additive Dissolve. Again, I've highlighted it with the left button on my mouse, bring it across, and you'll see there a little green cursor and you'll see a little blue section there. What that actually does, it fades the video out. And if you grab your cursor and your left button of your mouse, I should say, bring it across, as the more you pull it, holding the button down, the greater that fade transition. And you can see that it tells you the number of seconds. Now I've got 1.11 seconds. I'll just make it about a second. And then again, I'll come across to this left hand corner, grab the Additive Dissolve again, and then I'm going to move it to the start of the second video. So what we're actually going to do is fade out of the first and fade into the second, and we'll just keep those about the same sort of time scale. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going to hit export again. I'm going to call it test video complete again. So I'm actually going to override the first video and hit save. Yes, I do want to replace it. And you see now it's now going to start to process that. So we're going to go through the same process again. As I just have a little bit of patience with this. Again, you will see the actual sort of video as it's playing out here. Shouldn't take too long. But you can actually, obviously, you can join as many sort of video clips as you want to together. And with this, you can also cut sort of video clips if there's part of the video that you don't actually want to have in your final sort of video. There's loads of things you can do with it. It is really sort of an impressive piece of software. As I say, I've got no association with HitFilm-Express. It's simply I just did a Google. This was the one that seemed to be very popular, so I downloaded it. As I say, it's free. I did make a small donation because, well, that's just what I do. And yeah, I'm up and running. Like I say, I've scratched about 1% of it, and probably that's as much as I need just at this moment in time to make my videos. As I say, I'm onto YouTube probably about 6 weeks now, so I've just made half a dozen videos, basically just to get a foot in the door and just get a feeling for it. You may have seen there just on the preview how it faded in and out, but we'll see that a little bit more sort of effective when the video is completed. So we're up to 75% just there, so just bear with us and hopefully it shouldn't take that long. Nearly getting there. 91, 95, okay, we're at 100%, should turn green to say that it's finished, which it will do. So again, if we reveal the output, so it shows you where the path is. So we're going test video complete, we're going to click on that, and now we're going to see that transition between the first and the second video. So again, this is the first video, just a few seconds of video just as a demonstration, as I say. So again, just at some trees local to myself, and there we go, fade in, fade out. That's much nicer than just cutting from one video section to the other section. And you can actually do this at the start, at the end of the video as well. So it just kind of like introduces itself rather than just sort of hitting you straight from the screen. And then we have it. So it's a simple introduction just to how to make a simple video just using two separate video sections joined together, just to get you started, just to get you on YouTube. and this is all I've been doing, to be honest, just to get my first few videos up. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.